And so this lesson is on direct and indirect objects, and this is part 5 of our series on sentence parts. Right, so this lesson requires you to know the definition of a transitive verb. So make sure you go back and review that lesson if you need a refresher or if you missed it the first time. Direct objects are part of sentences in which the predicate is a transitive verb. It has to be a transitive verb. Transitive means to go across or to pass over from one thing to the other. And the action of the subject goes over onto the direct object. That's the transitive part here. The subject acts on that direct object. I just made a motion throwing a ball when I said that, right? So let's look at our friend Juanito here, right? Juanito has spiked the ball, right? So, oops, that thing out of the way, right? So has spiked, there's our predicate, and this is the transitive verb, right? Spike. Who or what did the spiking? Well, that was Juanito. And what did he spike? He spiked the ball. Okay, so Juanito spiked the ball. Juanito spiked ball. That's the connection here. The is just an adjective. Okay, Juanito eats chicken wings. Okay, so predicate here is an action verb. It's a transitive verb. Who or what does the eating? That's Juanito. What does he eat? He eats chicken wings. I'm going to call that a single thing. Right, so that's the connection, right? That's the action. Juanito is acting on those chicken wings. I'm going to try to act on a plate of chicken wings tonight, preferably with some ranch dressing. Juanito hit the car, right? Hit is the transitive verb, okay? Who or what did the hitting? That's Juanito. Notice I draw these arrows all the time. When you're trying to figure this stuff out, it'll help you to draw the arrows too. Just don't get my computer screens all smudgy, please. And if you're doing this on an iPad, you'll just make a mess. Right? But see, Juanito's acting on the car. He's hitting the car. Juanito will take the test. Okay, once again, we have an auxiliary verb here. We had an auxiliary verb up there too. Right, these are auxiliary verbs. Let me get that mess out of the way. All right, so here's the transitive verb. And who or what is doing the taking? Well, it's Juanito. And what is he taking? He's taking the test. Okay? If you can learn to see these connections, you can learn to see the parts of sentences. That's where the drawing of arrows comes in. Again, don't make a mess on my computer screen, though. All right, so let's go on to indirect objects. Indirect objects are the person, place, or thing to whom or which, or for whom or which the action of the transitive verb is done. In other words, the transitive verb acts on the direct object to or for the indirect object, and that's a mess. Let's look at some examples here. Right, so I bought my wife a dozen roses. Right, so let's look for the predicate. It's I brought. Brought is the predicate. It's a transitive verb. Okay, who or what did the bringing? It's me. And what did I bring? Well, I brought the roses, right? I brought the roses for my wife. And I could put in the word for, and that would clarify things here. And a and dozen both just modify roses, okay? I gave my house a new coat of paint. What's the action here? Well, gave, there's the transit. It's a transitive verb. It's an action. Who or what did the giving? That's me. I gave what? Coat. To or what did I give? I gave it to my house. Okay. New modifies coat. It's an adjective. A modifies coat. It's an adjective. What's of paint doing here? Well, it's a prepositional phrase. Okay. And it's also modifying coat. It's telling, because it's not a new coat of wool. It's not a new coat of denim or a new coat of feathers. It's a new coat of paint. But notice the structure here, right? Transitive verb, gave the direct object to the indirect object. All right, so let's look at a couple more examples here, right? Transitive verb. Who or what did that? It's we. Turned what? We turned the corner. That's the direct object. James typed his paper. There's the transitive. Who or what did the typing? It's James. What did he type? He typed paper. In this case, his is a possessive pronoun, but it's modifying paper. I'm Unique brought her book to class, right? So brought is the transitive verb. I'm Unique is the subject. What did she bring? She brought a book. All right, so there's the direct object. Her is a possessive pronoun. It modifies book. To, that's a preposition. To what? To class. So this tells where she brought the book. So it actually doesn't go to, it tells where she brought the book. So it's actually a prepositional phrase that's acting like an adverb. Whew, that was a big one. One more here. She also brought Shavana a new pencil, right? So brought is the verb. It's a transitive verb. Who or what did the bringing? She did. What did she bring? She brought a pencil. To or for whom did she bring it? She brought it for Shavana. For and, or sorry, new and just modify pencil. Also here is a conjunctive adverb. Okay. Good. A couple more. Let's keep it going. Where's my predicate? There it is. It's a transitive verb. Who did it? Noah did it. What did he do? He shot the game-winning free throw. Wow. Here's the direct object. Was the throw. All these other things modify throw. All of them. Okay, now we could call free throw a single thing. Or we could say free is modifying throw. We could debate on that one. But Noah shot throw or Noah shot free throw, that's the way that sentence is put together. Noel scored his first goal for Arsenal, right? Scored is the transitive verb. Who or what did that? Noel did. What did he score? He scored a goal. So that's a direct object. To or for whom did he score the goal? He scored it for Arsenal. In this case, the preposition was already in there. And then his and first both modify goal. You got a possessive pronoun and an adjective. Couple more. Suave danced the tapatio, right? Danced is transitive verb. Who did it? My man Suave did it. He danced what? Danced the tapatio. That's a noun, right? It's a Spanish word, so you might not recognize it, but that's the direct object. Michelle and Patricia sent Sahinish a birthday card. Sent is the transitive verb. Who did the sending? Well, both girls did. Okay, so we have a compound subject here. What did they send, right? They sent a card. So that's the direct object. And who or what did they send it to or for? They sent it to Sahinish. Okay, so Sahinish is the indirect object. Right, and so indirect objects can kind of be tough because they're mobile. They move around in the sentence. Right, in each one of these sentences, sister is the indirect object. Right, the sandwich is for my sister. Okay. And the for is right here. Still, the sandwich is for my sister. This last one there is kind of yucky looking. It's grammatically correct, although I don't know that I would ever use that sentence in real life. But I'm just putting it here to show you how we can move indirect objects around. And so that's why you use that to or for test, and it makes it a lot easier. Okay? So final notes here, right? Look at the predicate. If it's a transitive verb, meaning it's acting on something, then there will be a direct object every single time. There may or may not be an indirect object, though. So once again, use that to or for test. It helps a lot. That's it. Thanks.